welcome to Mummy Time TV. I'm Chezzi Denyer, and this is a great space where we can discuss all things to do with being a mum in a very safe and non-judgmental way. Let me introduce you to the mums I'm sharing the couch with today. First up, please welcome new mummy to little Clementine, Steph Hunt. Steph is a journalist, she's a producer, a news editor, she's lived all around the world, and she's now navigating motherhood. Hello, Steph.
Hi, Chezzi.
Next up on the couch, we've got Tessa Nuku, mummy to little Molly, photographer, owner of T-Click Photography. She's a professional singer and she's just an all-round artist. Hello, Tess.
Hi.
And finally, Coffey. She's a stay-at-home mummy to little Emerson. She also runs the very successful and popular social media account New Mum's the Word, where she shares her trials and errors of being a new mum. She's also just graduated as a doula or a birthing partner. A big welcome to Julia. Hello.
Hello.
So breastfeeding. I recently wrote about this on my blog. And I was really surprised by the feedback. You know, I wrote about my struggles with breastfeeding. I had mastitis 12 times. I couldn't successfully breastfeed, even though I struggled, you know, through it for a long time. So many mums that I've spoken to since writing my blog have also told me about their stories and how they felt like failures. I was even kind of treated for postnatal depression because I tied my ability as a mum with breastfeeding. I thought if I can't do this successfully, then I'm a dreadful mum. And I had a lot of guilt but look, on the flip side, I also have a lot of friends who successfully breastfeed and they love it.
Yeah.
I want to know, you know, what breastfeeding has been like for you guys. So I guess, Tess, let's start with you.
Same. I also had mastitis for the first nearly 2 months she was born. So I was actually never told that you could, like, pump, I guess, the colostrum before the baby was born. So I already had mastitis when she was born and didn't know for, like, about 2 months. And so by the time 6 months came around, when I would hear her cry for food, it would make me cry because I'm like, this is gonna...
You associate it with
this
pain.
is not gonna be good,
So
yeah. And my husband would be like, I'm so sorry, like passing me Molly, I'm so sorry that you have to do this right now.
Yeah.
And so by the 6 months, I was like, we're gonna try the bottle, and it was probably the best thing.
Mum life!
You want to know all about poo? So my daughter, she's almost 5 months old. She's just started solids.
Oh, they're nice.
The other day, fed her broccoli. Next day, like pumping broccoli out of her bottom, and I'm like, on the change table, it's green, like little trees are just like flying.
Oh, it gets worse. Wait till they eat the seafood.
Oh,
Oh, it is foul. It's like literally like day-old bin. You know when seafood shops out the front and you walk past and there's like seafood and it's been in there festering. It's like that.
Like the bin juice, so when
Bin
like
juice,
seafood's
bin
gone
juice.
through the bag.
And then it goes all through the car seat and then you've got to wash it and then the stench doesn't come out and then you've got to put it in the sun. Yeah, parenthood. It's
Like-
delightful.
Pram nami?
Delightful.
Punami? Pram nami. Pram nami.
What's a pram nami?
Well, like a punami, but it's in the pram, so then it like comes up sideways up the
You
bag.
just throw the pram out and buy a new one. That's why you don't buy expensive prams or car seats or clothes. Is it weird that we're really this comfortable with poo?
I'm a little bit obsessed. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
Googling it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi Ben, you're looking after my child. How many poos? What's
Yeah.
it like? What colour?
Seriously.
I'm really worried about her poo.
I still do now. So Emerson's nearly 2, and in the morning, if she's done a poo, I'll yell out and I'll say, "What's it like? Consistency?" It's like it's a bit frothy, and I'm like, "Frothy? Okay, so it's either teething frothy or we're getting gastro frothy." It's like get out the Glen 20 or get out the teething gel. Everything revolves around poo, though.
I know.
I really wanted to breastfeed for a long time. I've got a sister who has 7, a brother who has 6, and a sister who has 4, who like find it comes so easily. They're like beautiful cows, you know. They could just feed the world with booby milk, and I'm like trying to squeeze out the tiniest little drip. So yeah, bottle.
That's the thing, isn't it? You look at other people. I compared myself to my mum, who fed, you know, myself and my sister really easily, and my sister who breastfed all 3 of her kids really easily, and I didn't get why I couldn't do it. But I felt uncomfortable, awkward. I couldn't do it in public because I had too much milk flow, and it would just kind of...
And you'd be like...
it'd go everywhere. And what was your experience like, Steph?
I've been pretty lucky. Like mine's been good. I'm actually breastfeeding at the moment, and I'm just hoping the nipples, the breast pads, I'm like, can we just fasten this
in place?
Conversation?
Talking about breastfeeding, it could
They're beautiful, look at them.
They're big.
Try not to touch them too much. It might
set her off.
Can't see a
leak
picture
through
of
the top.
Clementine or anything. No, I really, really wanted to breastfeed, and I was very lucky that I had a lot of milk, and a midwife said to me, just whatever you do, don't pump in the first 6 weeks because I had so much milk, which is good because other people have said, make sure you pump, you got to pump.
No.
And it's so confusing. And I didn't, and so I missed the mastitis bus, which is very fortunate. But no, I really love it. Yeah, I adore it. I love it.
Yeah.
But there have been like a lot of awkward moments, like you were saying before, where like you're at the shops and you think, oh yeah, no, she's all right. I can push her before she needs a feed. She's all right. And then next thing, you're literally sitting knee to knee opposite an elderly conservative couple with like your boob out outside, you know, the shops.
Because you have to feed straight
You gotta
away.
feed straight away. Yeah. And then I had my brother's wedding, and that was, you know, I wanted to dance and have some drinks. So I literally had, my husband and I, we had an esky, like an actual esky full of express milk. And we're trying to work out how to like defrost it and how to transport it. So, you know, for me, the expressing side and the logistics was a bit tough. But I was lucky that I could feed.
Yeah.
So good.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, I found my second child was a great breastfeeder. She just latched on straight away. Like as
So
soon as
good.
I
Love
had,
hearing that.
you know, had the cesarean, because I had a cesarean with her, she just latched straight on, and then she has not, you know, let go. Well, I'm not feeding her now, but she still, you know, likes to grab at it, even though she's nearly 2. I haven't fed her since she was about 6 months old.
Yeah.
What about you? You're about to embark on having
know.
a new bub.
Hopefully my feeding journey's a lot easier next time around. I've actually, had to do a lot of fear release, I guess, around thinking about breastfeeding. Even to talk about breastfeeding would make me cry. So when I did my doula course and it came up, it was very emotional for me. But I'm okay with it now. I've come to terms with it, and I think that it's such a taboo issue and people really need to talk about it because it can lead to postnatal depression. The pressure on you is so huge. My daughter breast refused at 11 weeks. I'd had mastitis several times up until then. So the journey up until about 8 weeks was really, really bad for me. And then when she breast refused, that was really traumatising. Just being in David Jones' mother's group, and it just still, you know, replays in my mind, sitting there and she's screaming, she's starving, everyone else is feeding. I go to put her on, she doesn't want a bar of it. I'm full of milk, I'm emotional, I have to make her a bottle. Feed her the bottle and then rush home and pump. So my pumping journey, I was pumping every 3 hours, even through the night, to get enough milk until she was 8 months old. So it was really hard, but and it was very emotional for me. I think that my advice to people is to see a specialist, to see a national board lactation consultant and get help. Because I expected it to come naturally. Like my mum said.
Like the golden boobs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my mum had no trouble feeding, and she said, I don't understand how people can't breastfeed. And she was a little bit naive to it at the time, and now she understands, seeing what I went through. But so she just you know, put it in my mind that it would just be this natural thing.
And you feel like a failure.
Oh, massively. I'm like, my baby hates me. She hates me. Like, surely, you know, there's something wrong with me that she doesn't want to take my milk that I'm producing for her. But she's just a really independent little soul, and she had a severe tongue tie, which was undiagnosed till 4 months. So I think it's all about discussing it and learning, because I'll learn from it.
What's wrong with it?
Oh,
Was it tasty?
I know, I really did. I was like, maybe I should try and feed someone else's child to see if they'll accept it. Like, it was just, but I went to the extreme of actually changing my deodorant and body wash to what I used before, to not using body wash, to not using deodorant, to thinking it was that. Like, I really went through all of those options, and I really put too much pressure on myself, and I was beating myself up, and I really missed that bonding time. So I think we need to take the pressure off ourselves. Breast is best, but it's not best if you're not happy and healthy, and your baby is struggling. So next time I'm going to be a lot more relaxed, but I am hoping for that nice breastfeeding journey. So we'll see.
Look, breastfeeding is one of the best things a woman and a mother will ever experience, I think. You just can't describe how natural it feels. And the knowledge that you're directly connected with your child, nourishing their sweet little body, is just... Ow! You bitch! You teeth.
Mom life.
Husbands.
Husbands. Let's talk about husbands. We love them so much. They're perfect.
So much.
So much. But if we had to say something about them, let me think.
How's your husband go with nappies?
He's actually good with nappies. He's not too bad with nappies. I get a detailed rundown on the consistency and the colour, and it's like a regimented operation.
But he changes them.
He changes them.
He's not like
good.
Is that your husband?
That's my husband.
Tell him he needs to suck it up.
Yeah, and I'm like, just go. I've got it under control. Just go away. You're gonna make me sick.
What about when he dresses her? Does she come out looking like she needs to be in a mental
I'm like,
institution?
that's size 000, and she's 2 now.
And he comes out looking like,
you know, the clips, they're like here. You gotta like stretch them down.
And he comes out looking like she's in a mental institution.
Straight jacket.
She's got like, I'm like,
That's
I don't even know where you found that, but how is this whole situation colour coordinated?
I've got my drawers, tops, top shelf, full bodies, middle shelf, bottoms, middle shelf, every day. Where are the tops? Top shelf. Where are the pants? Bottom shelf. Like, come on.
Yeah. I feel like the selective hearing, like Emmy's got selective hearing now, she's nearly 2, and I'll be like, come on, it's time for dinner, and she'll like look away as if like I know she can hear me, but she pretends she can't. And I'm thinking, you're so smart, where did you get that? From my husband.
I was really lucky. I had friends and family to say, oh, just so you know, like breastfeeding is tough, like it's hard.
Yeah,
and I was
right.
like,
That's
what
I
do you
say.
mean?
Good
I
advice.
didn't
I say
even
that to women now too.
Yeah. So just like, you know, it's tough. Don't feel bad,
Persevere.
or you gotta give it at least 2 weeks if you can, or maybe you can't, but just know that it's
That's
tough.
great.
Yeah.
That's so great that you had that.
Good
Because
support.
it's really easy. Oh, like I had milk coming out here is what brings you down when it
100%.
doesn't happen.
Yeah. And you can't compare your journey or yourself to anyone else.
Every baby, every pregnancy, every labour, every
it's all
feeding
different.
journey is so different, and you just have to accept that what's happening with you is what's, you know, meant to be happening. And
I'm really kind of embarrassed that it took me almost 6 years to talk about my struggle with breastfeeding, because since I've spoken about it, I've had, as I said, so many people say that they also, and I think it's really important for us to talk about it. So anyway, okay, so I want to do a word association game now. So just say the first thing that comes to mind when I say a word, all right? So we'll go along the line, starting with Jules. Rash.
common.
Moist.
Undies.
Okay, undies. Steph, relationship. Love. Oh, that's
boring,
Oh,
isn't it?
that's nice.
Sleep.
It gets better. Gets better.
Romance.
Husband?
Housework.
Never.
Nude.
Awkward.
Cuddles.
Molly.
Night out.
The CPR baby course we went to the other day, our first date night. It's our really exciting wildlife.
Party hard.
Alcohol.
Essential.
Family.
Uh,
Okay, that's fine. And sweaty.
Sweaty. Oh. Everything, every day. I don't know.
Fair enough. Every day.
Every
Okay.
day.
Look, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today on the couch for Mummy Time. Really appreciated you sharing your stories and your personal experiences. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's all we have time for today on Mummy Time TV. We'll see you next time. Bye.
What's happening? Probably quicker to just say what doesn't annoy me about him. Actually, I don't know if there's anything.
unique.
I can't do that.
So supportive though, which is good.
Yeah, I love them.
Mummy Time TV.